now I'm ready to prepare my agent. So let me press plus, and now I can go to AI, and here I have AI agents. And now I will need to formulate quite some stuff for this agent. And an important thing is an agent always relies on a large language model, on a chat model. So here we will have to define which chat model we want to use. So here I can press on plus, and then I can choose between all kinds of large language models. You have here Anthropic, that's the Claude one. You can use OpenAI, DeepSeek, whatever you want. Now I want to use here the Grok chat model. Why? Because Grok is actually a platform. Let me briefly go to the website so that you can see it, grok.com. It's actually a platform where you can talk with open source large language models. And the huge advantage of that is that you can actually talk with these models for free. So you just need to have an API key from Grok, and with this API key you can communicate with different open source models, so like Llama and Mistral, for free. The only thing we will need is an API key. And how can we get it? So we can here go to developers and then free API key, and then you can just click on create API key, and then you will get an API key. Of course, you will have to log in, but you don't have to give any credit card information or something like that. You simply need to do create API key, and then you will have an API key. And then we can go back to our workflow. And indeed, again, we will have to give credentials. Yeah? So if I click here on create new credentials, indeed what you see, what you will need to do is to provide your API key. That's the only thing you need to do here in terms of credentials. Now I have already given my API key, so that's my Grok account here. Here we can choose which kind of model we want to use. And here, for instance, we can now use the Llama model of Meta, but you also have quite some alternatives if you want to experiment with different models here. And again, here we can use these models completely for free. So this is the chat model that we had to create.